U.S. Senator Jon Ossoff says he's honored to stand for the families of internet crimes now that his bipartisan bill passed the House and Senate.
This is the first major tech-related legislation that's passed in a long time aimed at protecting children. And it is every parent's worst nightmare that their child might be targeted on social media by predators, and this legislation is a major step forward to protect those children.
The bill hopes to strengthen the tip line for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children by collecting reports of online exploitation and requiring that evidence be preserved for a longer period of time, giving law enforcement extra time to investigate and prosecute these crimes. Our Investigate TV series, Teens Targeted, examined the cybercrime sextortion, a form of child sexual exploitation where children are coerced into sending sexually explicit images and then threatened or blackmailed to send more photos or money. In some cases, sextortion can end in tragedy.
In our Teens Targeted series, we spoke with Brian Montgomery, whose son died because of a sextortion scheme. We reached out to him, told him we were talking to you today. He said he wanted to say thank you to you and Marsha Blackburn for your bipartisan legislation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, to Mr. Montgomery, I can only express my grief and condolences at his loss. He can never replace his son, and that's a loss that I know he and his family will live with for their entire life. We passed this bill into law to try to prevent more children from being victims of the same kind of heinous crime. And now that this bill is law, with overwhelming bipartisan support in the House and the Senate, law enforcement will have more tools to protect children from predators on the internet.
According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, its tip line received more than 36 million reports just last year. Of those reports, more than 186,000 were online enticement, which includes extortion. The bill also requires websites and social media sites to report these crimes, which they currently are not required to do.
And we want to hold tech companies accountable to report evidence of efforts to exploit or traffic or entice children where they have that evidence.
As for Brian Montgomery, he says he's grateful for this legislation and believes this is an important step to ultimately bring criminal predators to justice.